Hello, welcome back again. Here we are again, 24 hours later, on the internet, talking about things. Welcome in, Loose, and congratulations on being officially first. Nice. Also, Steffi, you were not first. Hello. And hello to everyone else who's joining, 4X, and anyone else who is rocking up in chat today. You want to play some bingo today, J. Walter? We can certainly play bingo today, if you would like. How is everybody doing? I know we saw some of us yesterday, but I'm gonna ask the question anyway. Like, how are you? This is the first stream I'm watching on my new phone. Seemed the perfect stream for it. Well, Luce, you can watch the stream in vertical mode on YouTube if you want to.
Like and subscribe. Bye.
It is in vertical format, so if you want to watch in portrait mode on your phone, then you can definitely watch. Stream bingo looks different. What do you mean? It doesn't look different. What do you mean? I actually forgot about stream bingo though. I really don't remember stream bingo. I don't even reset the game every time I stream. How about that? It's the same one every time, chat. I have tricked all of you. I've tricked you all. Look, I also added buttons now, Fafin. Hello, Fafin. I also added buttons to zoom all the way. How's everybody doing? It is a Friday, 22/09/2023. Hello, Josh. And P3, as the name goes. Portrait mode is excellent. Very glad to hear, Luce. Don't forget to drop the subscribe while you're on the YouTubes. Glad to pop in. Glad to have you here, Purple. Very glad to have all of you here for another jam-packed episode of the Dater Cafe, where we cover data and tech news that has been happening since the last time we spoke about data and tech news, which I believe was like a month ago, I think. Who are we dating this week? We are dataing with Google, I think, this week. Google has the most number of articles this week. How have you been doing, P3? Glad to have you here. Hope everyone has everyone finished up the week so far? It is Friday evening for me. My work week is done. I was talking a little bit about this yesterday. This work week was excellent. Truly excellent. I did have to work a little bit longer today because I started late. Because I had a meeting this morning, but it worked out pretty well. I cannot really complain about this week at all. Working on school assignments at the moment. That sounds like homework to me. I don't like homework. I was never a fan of homework.
Cauliflower is so tired of being made into something it is not. It never asked to be a chicken wing, a steak, a rice, or a crust. It just wants to live in its albino broccoli truth.
So we've progressed from dad jokes to facts about food. What was that? Cauliflower is so tired of being made into something it is not. It never asked to be a chicken wing, a steak, a rice, or a crust. It just wants to live in its albino broccoli truth. I don't even know how to respond to that, but hello, Finite. Finite singularity! Just subscribe from all 3 of my YouTube accounts. Luce, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We are going to get YouTube partner eventually. I do not know if we will make it this year, chat, but we are going to get it eventually. Although, to be fair, if every stream, everyone watching on Twitch also watched on YouTube, we would definitely get there. What do you call your friend who stands in a hole? Phil. That's a good one. That is a good one. Thank you very much for the bits, Ian. I appreciate that. Look at these biddies flying around. Oh my gosh. Why? Why did the barber win the race? He took a shortcut. That's hilarious. Hilarious. Finite singularity. I'm an expert at picking leaves and heating them in water. It's my specialty. Oh, that's a good one, Forex. It's my specialty. Specialty. Chat, did you hear this one? Why do we call them seagulls? Because if they flew over the bay, we'd have to call them bagels. I'm so sorry. It's so bad. Back on Twitch. Missed my friends in chat. Yeah, chat's a bit quiet. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything! Oh no! What? That's insane. Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Pavlov thought about his dogs every time he heard a bell ring?
Do I think Pavlov thought about his dogs every time he heard a bell ring? That's more of like a... What's it called? It's more of like a... What's it called? Rhetorical question, you know? Why did the chicken cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Where was the other one? Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. I've gotten my partner. I've gotten Mimi Two Shoes with that. I've gotten Mimi Two Shoes with that one. I'm like, quick, come look, quick, look, come out the window, come look. She's like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, come, quick, look, 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 look. And then she looks out the window and she's like, what? And I'm like, look, it's a farmer. She's like, yeah. I'm like, look, he's outstanding in his field. Oh, and I do it every so often. And it's great. It's fantastic. I received a message. All right, so chat. Today is just Maddie laughing at himself. Yeah. I was watching Ghostbusters Afterlife last night, and Egan's daughter told that joke about atoms. It's an influencer? Faffin, what is that? I don't know what that is. But yes, today we shall be having fun. We're going to be watching a video today, chat. What database do they use in the afterlife? SQL. So, SQL isn't a database. It's not. It's a standard. Just like UTC.
It's crazy that they only figured out tectonic plates in the 1960s. A kid in the 50s would say it seems like South America and Africa would fit together. And his mom would say that's cute. Honey, would you like a cigarette?
What? I don't. I don't even understand this. What is this? Finite, where are you getting these things from? I don't even know what to say to this. I don't even know what this... Anyway, just like SQL is not a database, UTC is also not a time zone. UTC is a time standard. Anyway, the glow has seeped into his brain. Yes, I've been glowing so much from Finite's plugin that it's seeped into my brain. And it's causing my brain to glow and overheat, thus making me incapable of streaming. So today should be very interesting, to say the least. Finite, I did have a very weird idea for your so when you posted the screenshot from earlier, when you posted the screenshot from earlier where you're just an outline, I thought you could do some kind of like spooky redeem. Because if you make the outline more faint and wispy, and then you add like a bit more sort of ghosty type spooky stuff into the stream, you could have like a Halloween themed spooky redeem where you disappear and you become a ghost, which is just the outline of you. But it would be really funny if you could somehow like just still have your face appear so that your face isn't masked. So it would look like your head is cut off and the rest of you is just like, yeah, I don't know. Could look really cool. Could be a really cool effect. Definitely only works for people who have green screen though. Like this tan brown
if
thing doesn't work.
If you ask Rick Astley for a copy of the movie Up, he cannot give you it as he can never give you up. But by doing that, he is letting you down, and thus is creating something known as the Astley paradox.
Why would I ever ask Rick Astley for a copy of the movie Up? I don't know. You were talking about it on stream today. You just couldn't install the update while using OBS. That's correct, Luce. You cannot install plugin updates while running OBS. I was trying to enter an event into Google Calendar and set the time zone to UTC, and no results were returned. Has to use GMT instead. That's correct, Rugmat, because UTC is not a time zone. It's a time standard. Why do programmers get Halloween and Christmas confused? Because October 31st equals December 25th. Huh? What? What? I don't... Okay, hold on a second. Why does October 31st equal December 25th? That's a joke that I don't get. Base 8 versus base 10. Yeah, but it's not converted to base 8 and base 10. That joke is based. Based in what reality is what I would ask. Huh? Base 8 versus 10. I don't... Do people base stuff? I don't get it. But you wouldn't add the month. You wouldn't add the month and the day. Some of these jokes, chat. You're trying very hard.
If they made Ratatouille 2, it would have been Ratatouille International, and they would have entered a cooking contest and met chefs from around the world, but they all had different rats under their hats. Like a sushi rat, and a Guy Fieri rat, and a Germany rat named Ratwurst.
Ratwurst. Ratatouille 2. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Ratatouille 2 International with chefs from around the world would have been absolutely hilarious. Can you imagine Gordon Ramsay with a rat? His rat would be named Ratsy. Gordon and Ratsy. Gordon Ratsy. October is 8. Dec is 10. Octagon, decahedron. Octagon is bestagon. We've already established this. Anyway, chat, I hope you're having a wonderful time here on stream today. Let's start. Let's just get started. We've got a lot to go through. Hexagok. We've got a lot to get going through. So let's start how we start.
Revenge of the Ratwurst.
Oh, Revenge of the Ratwurst. That sounds very spicy. That sounds very spicy. So here we go, chat. How do we start the streams? What's the first thing we do? I always forget. Remind me, chat. I don't remember. Is it? No, that can't be it. Is it that? That's right. It's the meme of the day.
Garbage.
With Steffi saying garbage. Let's play the chicken game, chat. Don't look at this chicken. Game over. Everyone in chat, you have just lost the chicken game. Unless one of you can honestly tell me that you didn't look at the chicken. Because I'm pretty sure you did. You looked at the chicken, didn't you, chat? No. No. Get it away. I don't want it. I don't want it. Go away. Okay. Whew. It says I lost, but I feel like I won. Hey, if you feel like a winner, that's enough for me, Control. Good to see you again. Welcome in. Cluck cluck to you, Luce. It's all about the chicken. Did any of you see my go live message? And can someone change the background, please? This is like creepy. This guy is creeping me out. This is not a clown. This is just some creepy guy with makeup. You did? Lovely. Chicken background. That's good. I'm glad that you all saw the go live message. I always wonder how many people really see it. I think Twitch can tell me how many people saw it. No, Twitch tells me how many people clicked it, I think. Anyway. So most people when they see a go live notification, they see it and then they, on their computer, open the Twitch tab, right? Like, no one actually opens it on their phone. Actually, interesting question. Raise your hand in chat if you are currently watching this stream on Twitch on mobile. I'm actually very curious about this because Twitch tells me something and I don't believe it. I don't believe their statistics. Rugmat loose, that's 2. Anyone who's taking a long time to type is on mobile. 2 out of like 17. What are we at? How many viewers are we at? How many viewers? Greenish Pepper, you've got me on the big screen. How big is the screen? I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one isn't raised. Finite is on desktop. We are at 14 viewers according to Twitch. Okay. I almost exclusively go right to directory following live page. All notifications are dead. Desktop. I am, but I lie all the time. Okay, Fafin. So you must be on desktop if you're lying. I don't know. How many viewers do you currently see on my stream, chat? This is also interesting. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the experiment. Here we go. I currently see 17 viewers. How many viewers do you see, chat? 18, 18, 18. Ooh, then I'm missing one. 18, 14, 17, 17, How dare you leave? Who left? Someone left. Because there was 18. How dare you? If I open more tabs, do I get more streams? I wonder. This should totally work, right? Let's see if it works. Oh! It went to 19! Wait! Can I do this? And how many browsers do I have? Can I do this? How many browsers do we have? We have a lot of browsers. Okay. New private window. This probably won't be muted. There we go. Okay. We now have 3 open. 21! Yes, we're doing it! We're doing it. I'm leaving. This talk of 18, 18, 17, 17 is making me tired. This is great. We're at 21 viewers. So I've discovered that we can game the system and have 3 more viewers. Wait, I can point at myself if I do this properly.
Gonorrhea would
Look,
have been
over
a great
there.
name for a diarrhea medicine.
Oh, there we go. Timed it. Gonorrhea would have been great for a diarrhea medicine. Gonorrhea. They did miss the opportunity. 25! Is everyone opening tabs? That's fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to open multiple tabs in different browsers. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. It's not necessary, though. It's not important. It's not important. What is important is that you are here. And all of you who are here right now count the most. Hi, Roy Leasy, by the way. Good to see you. Just make yourself some browsers with Electron. So you could increase... Wait. I'm guessing they don't do it IP-based because that's too crude. So basically, if you have different user agents... I mean, this is basically viewbotting at that point. Like, that's... To keep Twitch on their toes, I'm going to go into a bunch of other streams and hope they raid you. Then Twitch won't know I'm multi-viewing you on purpose. Firefox account containers is how I always switch between accounts. Ah, yeah, so I have different profiles in Brave. I have one for me and one for work. Yeah. Are we back down to... we're back to 21 now. My dashboard's telling me. I appreciate all of you doing that. You do not need to do that. You can watch and consume the stream however you want, by the way. So, it's totally up to you. But as we have now the meme of the day... Greenish Pepper, thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate you very much. Also, yeah, as I said, very sorry about that. That's definitely... not cool, but you can save your energy by just not interacting. Perfect. I am much better off that way. Greenish Pepper and I were having a little dialogue earlier. My Electron browser, they have random agents and no session at all. Ooh, Roy Leasy, that sounds like a recipe for viewbotting. Anyway, we shouldn't say that. Someone protect my identity, please. I shouldn't talk about that on Twitch. So, Data Cafe, it means that we go through, if you haven't been here before, if this is the first time.
GDPR mode activated. If this is the first time that you're here, then let's explain how it works. Essentially, what happens is... like this. So angry. Gonna aggressively turn. No, I'm not talking about that. No. I'm not talking about that at all. Josh. I'm not saying you should do that at all. So, Finite is the cheerleader we all need. Absolutely. Finite is incredible. Like many other streamers of the Claw. If you are not familiar with the Claw, I've heard it's an amazing team. The best way to do this is to put a small widget with your stream on a big website. Oh! I think I know who you're talking about. That was a large object. Yes, it was. So Data Cafe streams are like this. Maddie apparently talks to you for a while, and then, at some point, you start looking at what kind of stuff happened in data and tech, and there's different categories. There's privacy and ethics, hardware, IRL stuff, Gen AI is really big at the moment, startups and tech, and then there's a Swiss news article, a Twitch news article, and a random pick of the week. And then we wrap up, and we say goodbye. So we'll be watching a video later today, and covering a fair amount of privacy articles as well. And so I think I will probably try and hand back to Maddie Two Shoes to cover the stream, because I am just anonymous streamer 6421917, and I don't have any control over this stream whatsoever. I don't know how to do anything on this stream. I can't change anything. Hello? Operator? Hello? Can you please change me? Give me... I want Maddie Two Shoes back here. Hello? It seems to not be working, Chan. It's not possible to get Maddie back. Well, I'm just gonna have to fill the time by telling you about today's sponsor, Hexagons are Bestagons. Not allowed. I'm stuck as GDPR. I hope not. That would make reading out the news articles very challenging. Oh, you thought this one wouldn't be...
GDPR mode deactivated.
Oh! My lights were so bright, I got returned to normal. Thank you very much for doing that. You thought changing the camera and I wouldn't be GDPR'd. But I am. So with that being said, chat, I think it's time. It's time. Let's get started. Thank you for the good vibes as well. So, wow, this song is long. The first article of today. Privacy and ethics. There is a ruling, and we talked about copyright a few weeks ago. There's even a YouTube short now kicking around about my opinion on copyright. But a US federal judge has now said that AI-generated art cannot be copyrighted. And the reasoning is that human beings are an essential part of a valid copyright claim. So US federal judges, I don't know how the legal system in the US works precisely, but I believe that a federal judge presides over the district court. Yes, that's right. United States District Court judge ruled on Friday that AI-generated artwork can't be copyrighted. So there you go. Basically, this means that if you generate an image with Midjourney or any of the other Gen AI whatevers, you cannot copyright it. She was presiding over a lawsuit against the US Copyright Office after it refused a copyright to Stephen Taylor for an AI-generated image made with the creativity machine algorithm he'd created. The US court system doesn't work. Now all you need to know. Lesson over. Thank you. Okay, thank you for the lesson. Interesting. So Taylor tried multiple times to copyright the image as a work for hire to the owner of the creativity machine, which would have listed the author as the creator of the work and Taylor as the artwork's owner. The author as the creator of the work. Does that the AI as the author? An animal cannot create copyright content because it is not human. It's the same. So monkeys drawing on a painting canvas, the painting then doesn't belong to the monkey. The copyright belongs to the person who told the monkey to paint? How does that work? That's a very weird one. How does that work? Well, Taylor sued the office, and it didn't work. Copyright has never been granted to work that was absent any guiding human hand. So in the case of a monkey, the person with the monkey would be considered the guiding human hand. I see. I see. Interesting. Oh, monkey selfie. So there is an example. Appeals court blasts PETA for using selfie monkey as an unwitting pawn. Monkey can see, but monkey can't sue. Great pun. Interesting. Okay. So in contrast, a woman compiled a book from notebooks she'd filled with words she believed were dictated to her by a supernatural voice. That was worthy of copyright. I guess because the woman still compiled the notebook. Anyway. So here's the thing though. The judge, she did say, humanity is approaching new frontiers in copyright, where artists will use AI as a tool to create new work. This will create challenging questions regarding how much human input is necessary to copyright AI-created art, noting that AI models are often trained on pre-existing work. He plans to appeal the case. Again, wow, okay. So he's not accepting this. Very interesting. So there's more than one court case about this as well. There's other court cases about data scraping stuff. There's a lawsuit from a programmer about software piracy as well. So yeah, the copyright stuff is not over. This is a very long court case. So there you go. So the ruling at the moment is anything that is AI generated cannot be copyrighted. But what if it was AI assisted generated? That's where I think it gets a bit tricky. It gets very tricky. Well, on a completely different topic, chat. How many of you are WhatsApp users? In the sense that you have an account and you text with people on a semi-regular basis with it. Rugmat, Josh, P3. I use it to talk with my sister, okay? Forex is not. That's somewhat expected. I am a WhatsApp user. We have a couple family chats in there. I would prefer everyone to be on the same messaging app, but that seems to not be a possibility in our world to have everyone on the same messaging app. I do not have an iPhone, so don't start talking to me about iMessage. And a lot of people I talk to don't have iPhones either. Signal. I use Telegram. Jay Walter uses WhatsApp. WhatsApp has been... their code base has been spotted something. Sorry, that's a very poor formulation. Someone has spotted something in WhatsApp's code base. Something called third-party chat. And this is a very interesting thing. So what is happening with this menu? Why is it doing this? Hello? What is this? Okay, that's broken. Signal, Messenger, SMS, WhatsApp, Discord, Instagram. All of them.
Garbage.
Well timed there, Rugmat. A new WhatsApp third-party chats feature has been spotted in the latest app code, indicating that the app is preparing to comply with European law on messaging interoperability. Apple so far is pushing back on suggestions that iMessage would be subject to the same antitrust law, making the unlikely sounding argument that it doesn't have enough European users to count. So there's an antitrust law, and let's explain a little bit about what this is about. So it's called messaging interoperability. So imagine that you are a tech startup. You want to launch a new messaging app. You could create a really cool messaging app. What would you call it, chat? If you had to create a brand new messaging app from scratch, what would you call it? I would probably call it Pigeon. But I think someone already called an app Pigeon. I think. Pigeon's already taken. I would use a bird name because I think it's a good name. Burb. B-I-R-B. Maybe Burb. Twitter. Trash sound. I was gonna ask if you missed Pigeon. Yeah. But wasn't it written Pigeon? P-I-D-G Pigeon? Pidgin? Yeah, oh yeah, Universal Chat Client. That's the one. Yeah. Hi, Evil Maximilian. Yes, your first message was evil trash sound. Sorry, just trash sound. Anyway, so you could create your amazing app called Trash Sound. You make a messaging app called Trash Sound, and it's incredible. It's a very good. Laden Swallow. Yes. You create your app called Laden Swallow, and it hits the market, but nobody would ever touch it. The reason is no one would use it because of all the other ones that exist. WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, iMessage, WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, whatever. And so the European Union has a new law called DMA, Digital Markets Act. And this law is aimed at tech giants that they cannot dominate in their field and not allow other companies to innovate. They have to kind of give other companies a chance. And so that's what this law is about. And for messaging apps, according to this law, to the DMA, they need to offer something called messaging interoperability. This effectively means a WhatsApp user needs to be able to exchange messages with a Facebook Messenger user. And they have 6 months. They have 6 months to comply with this. What's interesting is that WhatsApp is owned by Meta, Facebook. So that's not such a big problem for them. They can definitely somehow connect Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, but it seems that they are preparing for this with something called third-party chats. As you can see in this screenshot, WhatsApp is working on a new section dedicated to new regulations. Since it is still in development, the section is not ready. It appears empty, it's not accessible to users, but its title confirms that they are working on it. Which basically means that you could have end-to-end encryption between different messaging apps. And that would be truly incredible. To have a WhatsApp user write a Telegram user and maintain end-to-end encryption. I don't think that's so easy, chat. So what about iMessage? You know, Apple is touted. Thank you very much, Ian, for the bits. I appreciate that a lot. If you want to try and drop now with all the stuff flying around and land in the pool, you have a good chance. You have a good chance of landing in the pool. I'm sure that there is some kind of way to technically make it work, Maximilian. Jay Walter just registered the domain ladenswallow.com. I cannot believe. Did you really? Laden Swallow. I don't... That would be so funny if you did. Hello, today's Wordle answer is... I already did today's Wordle, but thank you for the reminder. I think I already did it. Yes, I have done Wordle. I don't remember which one it is. It doesn't say. It doesn't say on desktop. Laden Swallow would be a really cool messaging app. I'm not gonna lie. I actually really like that name. For one. Today's Wordle answer is 5 letters long. Exactly. Spoiler alert. Today's Wordle answer is 5 letters long, chat. Cover your ears if you don't want to know this in future. So, what about Apple? Apple has always said that they are very privacy conscious. And I've even said a lot of I've sang praise for Apple because they do a lot of things that is in the user's privacy. Like they do a lot of stuff for privacy. But when it comes to this, when it comes to stuff encroaching on their business model, which is, let's be honest, Apple's business model is creating a garden and you can't get out of the garden. You're stuck. You're inside this garden going, help, I'm in the apple garden. I can't get out. Because everything syncs together perfectly. So Apple obviously feels like this is a threat to them. And they've said that iMessage doesn't have enough European users to qualify as one of these platforms that would be subject to DMA. Now, I don't know about you, but there are 450 million people in Europe. If even only 10% of them have an iPhone, they already qualify with iMessage. And I'm pretty sure that probably half of Europe has an iPhone, maybe more. Switzerland has like a crazy high iPhone rating. It's like 60 something or even 70%. So they're saying they have, iOS has about a 32% share of the EU market, which would equate to 144 million people. Wow. Interesting fact, Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp are built on Signal technology. They had their own technology but ditched it and replaced it with this. Did you bring... Oh no. Laden Swallow. This is what Laden Swallow is going to be like. Wow. How does this work? Very cool. That looks good. I like it. I like it a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if iMessage doesn't have 45 million daily active users in the EU. I personally prefer it, but WhatsApp is by far the leader here. Yeah, but I don't believe that. I guess it depends on what is regular use. What is like one message in 7 days? Is that count as regular use? Whatever. Anyway, the EU is currently investigating this claim. So Apple's gonna hand over this data to them. They're gonna say, you qualify or not. Out of interest, as a side note to this, DMA also does stuff about the App Store and Google Play. And for example, you can install Android apps that come from outside Google Play Store, but you can't do that on an Apple device, not without having a developer account, etc. Now, Apple is going to be legally required to allow third-party app stores, and they're actually preparing for this as well. So this is a very interesting law, and I actually don't really know what I think about this. Because, let's be honest, the average user the average user is not very tech intelligent, right? I mean, look at what the most common passwords are, right? 1234 and password. Okay? So, do we really trust users to verify that when they get a link to an app from someone that they know, that the app is not malware? Because that's effectively what Apple does with their store, which I think is a good thing, is that there's a place where you know if you download an app from there, it's safe and secure. On the flip side, the developer criteria for the App Store are absurd. You need to buy one of the latest iPhones just to have an accurate screenshot of your app. You can't have a non-current version of the iPhone as your screenshot in your app. And I don't know, it just... It seems...
Why?
It seems like a weird thing. Like, I would prefer the App Store rules to be modified rather than forcing them to introduce or allow side loading or third-party stores. The statement "trust users" is why the concept of zero trust was conceived. What's your feeling, chat? I don't know how to feel about DMA. Also with the third-party chats. Like, how do we feel about forcing messenger operators to build compatibility into their app so that you can use whatever app you want to message with other people? I feel like it's just a band-aid to the problem, you know? Will it really create more room for innovation when WhatsApp and Facebook users and Telegram... Oh, I forgot to mute. Is it really going to create more better conditions for startups? I guess we're going to have a Prosit Volume 2, Jay Walter. Is it really going to create better conditions for startups? Because if everyone has an app and it communicates with all other apps, then there's no reason for another app to come along and disrupt it anymore. Like, if you're happy with WhatsApp and I'm happy with Telegram and we can write within our app and then talk to each other, then we don't need any new apps. But you're right, P3, it could be a way to get a messaging standard, like email, which was a standard at the time. We could maybe get a messaging standard. Oh, I don't know, like IRC or something, but like a newer version. I'm sure that there's something kicking around. I just don't know about it. This regulation is recommended by 9 out of 10 spam bots. Agreed. I might not think it's a smart law, but I always love seeing Apple being slapped once or twice. You like seeing companies slapped around. Okay. I think it's useful because I don't want 1 million messaging apps. Neither do I. And yes, my stream title was intentional, 4x. Because the stream title apparently doesn't matter. I've heard. As someone who is on iOS because my family is on iOS, I'm fine with it. But I agree, it stops the flow of random messaging apps. So that's interesting because the reason for the law is to allow... It's an antitrust law. The reason for the law is to allow for more innovation. And I think it does the opposite. But that's just my opinion, chat. That's just my opinion. And, you know, I've talked about stuff a lot. I've talked about stuff a lot about privacy on here. And it wouldn't be a real stream if we didn't have a particular company to mention once again in the privacy section of the Data Cafe stream, right? I think all of you know what's coming. All of you know which company it is. That's right, it's our favorite. TikTok! I said it. There will never be a shortage of articles about privacy and data protection as long as TikTok exists. I'm not sure how often the average person would go to the Apple Store is my only thought about the DMA. Yeah, well, this is a good question, Purple. I don't know the answer to that. TikTok is being hit with a $368 million fine. By the way, that's chump change. But anyway, what was it for? What was it for? It was for an investigation in the second half of 2020. So let me remind you about something. They take several years to do investigations. It is currently 2023, which means that they have now taken 3 years to do something, to investigate something. So it is likely that this is only the beginning of what is to come for TikTok. Now you might say, oh, 368 million, I'm sure it's not so bad. Oh yeah, it's not so bad. The sign-up process for teen users resulted in settings that made their accounts public by default. That's right. Users who signed up who were under the age of 18 resulted in having accounts that were public by default. Everyone could see all of their content. And even more so, whenever they would post something, they would have to change the privacy of the post before posting it. So this is a huge, huge problem for young adults. And children who were under 13 were allowed to gain access to the platform, even though they weren't allowed, just like on Twitch, which is also a problem on Twitch, by the way. And if that wasn't enough, they also have a feature called family pairing. And apparently, with family pairing, the adult can turn on direct messaging for users aged 16 and 17 without their consent. Imagine that. Imagine that. So yeah, 368 million for TikTok. It is definitely deserved, and it is only the beginning, trust me. I think there's much more to come. TikTok said, shocking, it disagrees with the decision because they said, oh, well, we made all these changes already and this was like an investigation from 3 years ago and blah, blah, blah. Criticisms are no longer relevant. This is not true. It's simply not true. The criticisms levied at TikTok just don't apply to that particular screen anymore, maybe, right? But it's really like, this is just such a sick, it's such a sick app because they don't take this seriously. And we know that they don't because all of the social media apps don't take privacy really seriously. There's, news about Twitter circles being dissolved so that anything that you ever posted in a Twitter circle would be public. I mean, this isn't taking privacy seriously. And we know now that privacy by design is a thing. And this is the risk to your business if you don't treat it seriously. So let's stay tuned and see what the next one will be. But I'm telling you, I'm promising you that there is going to be another fine. It is definitely not the only fine that is going to be levied at them. And before we head into the next article, we are going to take a short break. We do have lots of other stuff in the privacy section, including a very long article about an organization, or a tool I should say, called Shadow Dragon, which is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. So on break, you have the chance to watch some clips from the stream. You can also watch, we have a bunny cam set up for the two bunnies, because we have two bunnies in our apartment. We have Ben and Jerry. Maybe you will spot one of them, or possibly both of them. They tend to hang out together. And we take a 3-minute break and we run ads during the break. And so you don't miss any content, I go away during that time. So for the next 3 minutes, if you're on Twitch, you will see ads. If you're on YouTube, you will not see any ads. So if you just want to watch the clips and you're not subscribed on Twitch, head over to YouTube and you can definitely watch the stream there.
Like and subscribe. Bye!
And like and subscribe while you're there. Why not? Absolutely. So I will see you in a few minutos and enjoy your break. Don't be afraid to get some water for yourself as well. It's very important. So, in my eyes, exactly. That's where I feel the tiredness. Right here. You got it. You know me, Fractal. You understand me. You know me. Deeper than anybody can know me. You know me. You feel the tiredness in my eyes. Oh my god, my eyes. That didn't help. Yeah, I don't... Information. Tesla offers owners an insurance product that utilizes unique telematics that their vehicles provide to offer more bespoke insurance premiums. This product is sold separately, and owners are not obliged to use it and can purchase insurance for their vehicle from any broker. This, chat, is someone complaining about something that they can change. This isn't mandatory. This isn't compulsory. Working on my website a little bit. If you want these glasses, Tim, you can actually make them yourself. Order some clear round frames from Amazon, and then you can make them yourself. Oh, we just got time warped, didn't we? Oh boy, that is... Wow. Okay, that is... That's quite a time warp there. Thank you very much, whoever that was. I heard the sound listening to the stream without audio. We do have subtitles enabled, which is very, very relevant for today because this stream is about subtitles. The irony of talking about subtitles and those subtitles appearing in the subtitles and then you being able to see the subtitles where I'm talking about subtitles. That's just pretty amazing. This is the real stream. You are currently watching the live stream. Oh no. Oh my god. What is... This is... Okay. I never tried this filter with with googly eyes. But Maddles, I like your thinking. This is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Okay. Yeah, this is that appear on Patreon. You can read them for free. If you follow me on Patreon, you can get them by email. Cough, Yoast. Cough. It's completely free. Where I just go through what kind of stuff we did on the stream and stuff like that. Okay, so we're missing a... Mess up my stream. So it isn't about the wrapping. If you want to take a present analogy, because it's Christmas time soon. It's not about the wrapping, it's about what's inside the box. And today is a gift, that's why it's called the present. Wow, I remember that. That was corny. And your audio cue to let you know that you're back. Watching the live stream again is going to be cue! In case you're wondering. This is the real stream. You are currently watching the live stream. This is the real stream. You are currently watching the live stream. That is correct. Anyway, so welcome back everyone. I hope you had a good break. I saw that the bunnies were on camera. So if you got a chance to look, then congratulations. We are going to head right back into the privacy and ethics section of the news with this amazing article about Microsoft. It's always big companies, isn't it? It's always the big ones, chat. Microsoft AI researchers accidentally exposed terabytes of internal sensitive data. And you say, terabytes. Can't be that bad. 38 terabytes. I'll tell you already, it's 38 terabytes. 38 terabytes of sensitive data. Private keys, passwords, all kinds of stuff. How did they do this? They were publishing a storage bucket of open source training data on GitHub. Basically, a cloud security startup called Wiz, let's not talk about the name, said it discovered a GitHub repository belonging to Microsoft AI's research division as part of its ongoing work into the accidental exposure of cloud-hosted data. Readers of the GitHub repository were instructed to download the models from an Azure storage URL. However, Wiz found that this URL was configured to grant permissions on the entire storage account. So basically, instead of just giving access to one file, they gave access to all of the files. All of them. 38 terabytes of sensitive information, including personal backups of 2 Microsoft employees.
Ones and zeros never lie.
That's bad. That's bad. The data also contained sensitive personal data, including passwords to Microsoft services, secret keys, and more than 30,000 internal Microsoft Teams messages from hundreds of Microsoft employees. Hey, wait, don't we have someone who works for Microsoft in chat? Chat, does someone here work for Microsoft? I think your messages may have been exposed. Maybe, you should check. Anyway, the URL which exposed this data since 2020. Wait, so this was alive for 3 years? Yikes. An overly permissive shared access signature token. SAS. SAS tokens are a mechanism used by Azure that allow users to create shareable links granting access to an Azure storage account's data. Google, I think, uses something similar with cloud storage, but it does require authentication, as far as I'm aware. Fascinating. So Wiz shared its findings with Microsoft on June 22nd, and we have to give Microsoft credit where it's due. They revoked the token 2 days later, so it only took 2 days for them. And they completed the investigation around 3 weeks later, in August. So there you go. No customer data was exposed. No other internal services were put at risk. All right. Fascinating. So the good thing that came from this, if you can imagine, is that Microsoft owns GitHub. So they've expanded the service from GitHub that monitors public open source code changes for credentials and secrets. And they've added the SAS token thing to that so that this doesn't happen again. Hello, Ginny. Sorry, what? It took 2 days for a support ticket to get processed? No. It took them 2 days to revoke a token on a shared URL that allowed 38 terabytes of data to be exposed. So it took them 2 days to assess it and determine that they should revoke the token. I don't know if that's so long. I think that's pretty quick for a big company. I mean, it's like, you know, they shared the findings June 22nd. What day of the week was June 22nd? Okay, so they shared it with them on a Thursday. Okay? They shared it with them on a Thursday. Anyway, so there you go. That's very interesting. How are you doing, Ginny? How's everybody else doing in chat? Good thing I saved the sensitive messages for Signal. Oh, you use Signal, Josh? Really? Is Signal common in the US and Canada? For any of you who are not here in Europe. Doing all right. Good to hear. Very happy to hear that. 90% of my chats are on WhatsApp. Really, Rugmat? But then you don't have an iPhone, I guess, right? Because I think otherwise most of your chat would be on iMessage. Is that correct? US, yes, I got pulled in by my friend originally from Australia. In the UK, Signal isn't uncommon, but it's decidedly more common among techies than with non-techies. Yeah, that makes sense. No iPhone, Android all the way, Pixel 7 Pro. It's a very... No gardens, please. Yes, no gardens. Speaking of gardens. Speaking of gardens. Gardens of Court, I should say. That was a pretty good segue, John. Hackers have breached the International Criminal Court systems last week. So if you didn't trust court and the legal system already, this gives you even less reason to trust. Signal Gang represent. Hello, White Panther. Welcome in at this late hour of the evening. Very happy to see you. Have you received your phone yet, White Panther? That's the question. Did you receive your phone and are you able to set it up already? So the International Criminal Court, which is a pretty important, it's a pretty important place. I'm here because I'm waiting for Signal data to transfer from one phone to the other, and I have to leave Signal open on both devices. So you're on a desktop device right now. I see. Pro Max. Wait, the 15. iPhone 15 Pro Max. That thing is a chonker. iPhone 15 Pro Max. What? The thing costs like $1,300. What? Wow. Hi, Richard. I'm just curious, are the... Oh, wait, that's the Apple one. Let me check, let me check my favorite site here. I want to see if they... I want to see. The delivery date will be updated as soon as we have information from the supplier. Not available. Not available. Not available. Not available. Not available. Christ. 1,500? 1,500 francs for a phone? I just want to put this in context for you. That's 1,300 GBP. That's almost 1,700 US dollars. Holy crap. Wait, there's more. There's more. They cost even more. Wait, I need to see the most expensive one now. No. 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 You can't be serious. The 13 Pro Max is more expensive than the 15 by 30. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. Oh. Just for context, okay? So, fine, it's more storage. Let's look at the cheapest one. Fine. Let's look at the cheapest one. Fine. These are cases. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Smartphone. The cheapest one is not used. That's a 13. Hold on. Okay. The cheapest one is $12.99. Come on. $12.99. $12.99 divided by 395.
Wow.
You can literally buy 3 of my phones. 3 of my phones. Okay? I can buy 3 of these for the price. For the price of this phone. Anyway. I'm not on Apple because the price is the same. That's all. Anyway. I missed chat. Okay. If I order Pro Max today's expected delivery date is in November. There's no expected delivery date for this one. It wasn't that much. I got some money for a trade-in and I'm paying monthly interest-free. Okay. Not shaming you. I'm just questioning your decision to do that. Also, nice emote. Shush. What emote is this? The cheapest Pro Max is 1,500 euros there. Most expensive memory ever. Yes. It's very expensive. Memory is expensive. The emote got auto-corrected from Shush. I'm getting one because of the camera. I use my 12 Pro camera all the time, and the 15 Pro Max has a crazy good 120mm lens for a camera. Yeah, it has like that vertical camera within the case or something. Obviously, it's not the same as a actual camera with an external lens, but it's said to be, for a phone, it's said to be a very good camera. So, the International Criminal Court has been breached by hackers. What did they steal? So at the end of last week, the ICC services detected anomalous activity affecting its information systems. Blah, 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 strengthen this. No available information regarding the extent of the cyber attack's nature. No available information whether they managed to access anything or exfiltrate any data from its network. Continues to analyze and mitigate the impact of this incident. No further details. Just as a reminder what the ICC does. It is an international tribunal that investigates and prosecutes the gravest offenses that impact the international community, like war crimes, genocide, crimes against humanity, you know, standard stuff in 2023. For instance, in March of this year, they issued an arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin. I don't know what the implications of that arrest warrant are, but he is wanted for arrest. So, you know, they do pretty important work, and I guess they have a lot of very important data, and I would not want to be responsible for their IT systems right now. Standard stuff in 2023, best quote of 2023. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We can definitely try. I definitely argue in favor of getting the best phone camera you can afford, because it doesn't matter if you're going to be a mega awesome 99,999 megapixel camera in your bag, you still aren't going to be able to use it in time to get the shot that matters. Unless you are out with the camera, you know? Unless you're out with the camera and you're actually taking photos. But I understand your point. It's like you're not there for when it matters, you know? Hello, White Panther. You try being out with an expensive camera with kids. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Definitely not a recipe for success. I don't think you can find the time to get the thing out in order to catch the shot that you want to. Vision trouble? Oh, yes. I do have vision trouble. How did you know? How did you know, White Panther? I am having trouble with my vision right now. Thank you so much for helping me. Can you tell? Can you see what I've done? Can you see? Maybe when the lights come back on, you will see. And now I can see properly again. Look, White Panther, I also put a button now where I can zoom and enhance as much as I want. I can also make myself go away. Bye. Bye-bye. Great seeing you, chat. Anyway, so it's time to talk about something more serious. Very nice green screen in your eye reflections. What are you talking about, Ginny? There's no green screen here. There's no green screen. I don't know what you're talking about. No. There's no green screen here. I need to smooth my enhance and dehance. Do you go upside down like I do? What? You go upside down? No. Someone turns you upside down? No way. No way. Thank you for taking a screenshot, Roy Leezy. If you enhance too much, I go upside down. No way. I didn't know that. That's so cool. We can turn you upside down? That's hilarious. One of those should have worked if that was up. I didn't hear the screenshot. Yeah, so I disabled the text-to-speech on the screenshot because I wanted to put a screenshot sound. I forgot to do that. Should we do that? We should totally do that. I forgot it. I forgot to do that. Let's do that. I added the sound, but I didn't put it in. I didn't put it in. Let's do that. Okay. Wait. Where's the screenshot thing? Oh, it's under chat, not channel points. Okay, here. Let me show you chat. Let me show you what we're doing. Okay. This is the article for after. Ignore that. Ignore that. Chat. Chat thumbnail. That's the screenshot thing. Change filter visibility. Oh, okay. New item. Device. Atom. Play sound. Sound file. Oh, look, you can see the files in my reflection as well. Isn't that cool? FX screenshot. There it is. I guess we'll do, I don't know, 50? Maybe? Device. Default. Save. Okay, chat. Take a screenshot. Nice. Perfect. Yeah. Chat. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. It's good. We confirmed it worked. So, perfect. Yeah, no, we know that it works now. Please send me that sound. I need it. Sure. Uh-oh. Wait, I can't see where it's coming from. Where did it come from? We gotta test it continues working. Thank you very much for the sub, anonymous gifter. Thank you very much for the sub to White Panther. I appreciate that, whoever that was. I will open Discord. I will open Discord and send you the sound, White Panther. How about that? So I don't forget to do it. Because otherwise I'm going to forget. Alright, here we go. Put this into streaming mode. I didn't have it open before. Salma. Go to assets. FX. Screenshot. Wonderful. I do like the panther chicken sound as well.
Just read the chat.
read the chat and wrap it up, or just read the chat and wrap it up. I'm a Rap Panther.
Oh, we need another rap stream. That would be so much fun. I would love that. I would love another rap stream. What were you last doing on your stream? And do we have any cool clips of White Panther? White Panther is our fearless leader of the Claw, by the way. I don't know if you're aware.
Welcome in, everybody.
Oh, that's like 17 haircuts ago.
There we go.
That's so long ago.
Sometimes I feel like, even though there's 110 of you here, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to no one. It's weird.
That's a lot of haircuts ago.
Your present is my face right now. Thank you very much. I'm not on 5k yet, no, shush. Soon. I mean, it beats my 349 YouTube subscribers, doesn't it?
You had 349 YouTube subs. Oh, sorry, I didn't mute. Sorry. Oh, wait. So there was a second sneeze, so the one from earlier was 3. That was pros at 3 then, J. Walter. Actually. 110 haircuts and 1 iPhone earlier. Exactly. All right, back to some stuff that is not so nice. Yeah, but you can find it, J. Walter. You can go back in the VOD and you can clip it later. So, a publication came out with this piece of news, and this is weird. Let's just put it that way. Weird and shocking. Inside Shadow Dragon, the tool that lets ICE monitor pregnancy tracking sites and Fortnite players. And I never thought I would say those two things in the same sentence, to be honest with you. 3 sneeze clips should be enough to train an AI sneezer. Yes. So, Shadow Dragon...
Yeah, but we need to blast this virus off you, buddy.
Yes. Shadow Center tracks Baby Center, which is a website for people expecting children, as well as social media sites specifically for black people, bodybuilders, and the fetish community. So, what is Shadow Dragon and what is ICE? Clemens, which is the CEO of a company called Shadow Dragon, gave an interview about why he thinks people shouldn't protest. This applies to pretty much every different group that's out protesting right now. There's probably a better way to do it. Probably not going to move the needle, nobody is going to listen, it's a bunch of noise. And don't be surprised when people are going to investigate you because you made their life difficult. That's very concerning. That kind of statement is very concerning coming from someone that owns a company that is a government contractor. When I say government, I mean US government. Shadow Dragon sells social media surveillance technology. So, under emails that were obtained from using the Freedom of Information Act by a privacy activist group called Epic, and they were shared with this site 404 Media. They have clients in the US government like ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. And wow, if I highlight that, it actually makes the text disappear because of my green screening. That's so cool. That's actually amazing. Look, White Panther, I can turn on and off my face track as well. See? Isn't that cool? So anyway, so ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, is responsible for, well, immigration and customs enforcement. So there's emails and leaked audio from Shadow Dragon's dealings. And it shows that they monitor video games like Fortnite. They monitor sites like Baby Center, which is a reference and pregnancy tracking site for expecting parents. They monitor social media sites for Black people, bodybuilders, fetish community. And that's kind of concerning that a company has this kind of unfettered access, right? Especially when the government contracts them. Apparently, the CEO Clemens has said that they've also worked with the FBI. No surprise there. The clients also include corporations and nonprofits. Companies like Shadow Dragon collect an extraordinary amount of information. Thank you for taking a screenshot. From social media and other websites about the activities of internet users. This type of mass surveillance, which is available to the government and other entities, creates a chilling effect on online activities. Caught red-handed trying to learn about FBI. Yeah, absolutely. I think I want to take the screenshot thing a bit further, and I want to capture that screenshot and show you, like on an overlay thumbnail, that it was taken or something, or upload it somewhere. I don't know. Is White Panther still here? Didn't Cambridge Analytica have used US government's contracts as well? I am actually not sure if if Cambridge Analytica had US contracts. Probably. But this is like another level of monitoring. Yeah, White Panther, I wanted to ask you if it would be possible to get a channel in Discord that is a read-only feed for things. Because I feel like there could be a cool potential for being able to post to the channel with a webhook and not being able to write in the channel as a user. I was thinking screenshots. Screenshots from the stream. Maybe for other purposes. Not lewd pictures, screenshots. But I mean, you could use it as well. It could be like a stream feed. So if you ever do something on stream that requires a webhook of some kind, that people can interact with, then yeah, could be cool. But it's a shared space for us, so I wanted to ask. You will defer to Steffi, of course, the mod of the internet. Found articles that reference a US government contract between US State Department and Cambridge Analytica. I wonder what they were doing with that. Oh, don't we all? Don't we all? Will it include OAuth? I think Discord webhooks don't have much authorization, from what I understand. Anyway, so apparently this is not good. To target terrorist propaganda. Yay! Funny. Shadow Dragon first invented its main product called SocialNet in 2009. SocialNet gathers information from hundreds of different sources online, including major social media networks and smaller sites. LinkedIn, Reddit, TikTok, Venmo. You can uncover identities, correlations, networks of associates. That sounds like the Claw. Networks of associates? That sounds like the Claw. Available geographical information in just minutes. Interesting. So the fact that his company and similar exist isn't my biggest concern. After all, it's just collecting data that people are freely sharing. My concern is that the scope seems so limited. Yeah, Rugmat, are you even in the Discord? I don't think I've ever seen you in the Discord. Speaking of which, if you're not in our Discord server, it's a shared Discord server. Many streamers from the Claw share one server together. You may have posted a message like once. Okay. Why not take advantage of information the bad guys share willingly online? After all, they have friend lists too. So here's a screenshot of SocialNet. This is what this thing looks like. So you basically have a person and then they have aliases across different sites. And it basically, this is like identity stitching basically for the social networks. Seems like a very dangerous subset of people to target. Yeah, it is. I'm just a bit concerned that the government has access to a tool like this. Oh, you have written something in Discord. Very cool. You posted 2 messages. Very cool. So yeah, why is this article? Well, this article has come up because of basically monitoring a site like Baby Center, or, you know, sites that, you know, bodybuilders frequent, it seems a bit far-fetched. Like, this seems like I could understand if you monitored a site that was known to harbor people with ill intent, okay? Let's not go into detail, TOS and stuff. But like ill intent, right? I could understand monitoring that from a government side. Like, you want to ensure safety of the population, right? But Baby Center, like, it's a bit of a stretch for me, you know? Like, oh, you know, this could be a useful source of information for investigations relating to child exploitation. I don't know if that's really justifiable, honestly. There's also like places like Black Planet, which is a social media network for Black people, right? Bodybuilding, which is a bodybuilding forum, and FetLife, which is a social network for people with fetishes. And I think that it just goes too far, right? Like, how do these sites even tolerate this kind of scraping? Surely the sites have some kind of security. I don't know. Anyway, so ICE did not respond, by the way. They reached out to ICE and asked them why they were using it. Scott from Epic, so that's the Freedom of Information Act posting privacy organization. ICE should be very transparent about its use of surveillance tools like SocialNet, and very specific about how the surveillance tools are used and how many people are implicated. And I agree with that. If they're going to use it, if they say this tool is going to help us do our work that we need to do, and no one's disputing that their work is important, that's basically the point, is that they have to say how they're using it. I don't think it's good enough to say, oh yeah, we have this cool tool and it's really helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Let them eat lake houses. The comments on this article are very interesting. As usual, all of these article links will be in my Patreon stream recap. I write a stream recap a couple days after the stream and include some information about what we did on the stream. When did I get so many points? I don't know, Roy Leasy. I guess you've been watching a lot of the stream. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm very happy. That's super, super cool. So the next thing I have to show you is actually something very unique. Your stream officially has the most points I've ever had at once. You spend too much. Really? You spend too much? Well, luckily I'm creating a channel point product. Just in numbers, cough. Anyway, so luckily I'm creating a product that will help you potentially look at your own channel points across Twitch. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe it's possible. Is it possible? Can you? In theory, how would you? Wait. Okay, hold on. Quick question. For those of us who are developer-like, can you get the current number of channel points from the API from Twitch? Can you get the number of points that you have? I need to see this now. I'm actually curious about something. Channel points. channel points. No, you can't. Get a list of channel points predictions, create a channel point prediction. Okay, you can't. That validates my product even more. That validates my idea even more because Twitch doesn't tell you how many points you have. But you can estimate based on watch time. You could estimate how many points people have because you also know what tier they're subscribed at. That sounds like a cool. Sounds like they don't tell you how much I have. No, Twitch does not tell me how many channel points you have, and you can also not look on Twitch how many channel points you have in various channels. I don't know how many channel points you have. How about chat? How about you all tell me how many channel points you have right now? Yes, I know about the bonuses. Yeah. No, for real, Rugmat, do you actually have 23 billion channel points?
Garbage.
Hi, Exegete, and welcome, and thank you for the 24-month subscription. 2 years together. Exegete, would you like your name on the mask? GDPR! Hey, it's about consent. Like, I'm asking you to tell me. You don't have to tell me. I'd like it on your left cheek in green. Very well. I will put it on the left cheek in green. You don't have to tell me. I'm just asking. You'll know when I hit 10, 10, 10. I'm about 4% of the way there. Okay. Well, Exegete. There you go. What a cheeky booger. Okay, the reason for me asking was, I'm wondering if some of my rewards are too cheap. That's the thing. I'm kind of wondering if some of them might be too cheap. Because the more that you all are here, the more points you accumulate. But then if I make them more expensive, it means that new people who don't have a chance to watch as much don't get a chance to watch, to use them, right? End stream is way too expensive. Yeah, of course you would say that. The point is that end stream...
I'm absolutely too expensive. I am a cheap date, Matty.
Karen, you're cheap. I know. It's fine. The point is... the point is that end stream should be expensive because end stream, if it happens, I can't stop end stream. I've told you this before, okay? I can't stop it. If someone redeems it, it's going to happen. And the thing is, I can't stop it, and it will actually end the stream, which means I will have a certain amount of time to end the stream, and then, you know, move you somewhere. If I'm not mistaken, there are widgets below the stream with the top 10 people with points. What? Excuse me? Wait, what? Widgets? Hi, Wasabi Dev. What? Hey, look at that. We only need 8 more followers. 8 more.
Fine. I'll say I'm sorry.
No, be sincere.
like this. I'm sorry.
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 Should be sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Wrong
sorry.
account
I'm
again.
sorry.
Good, that's the one.
Oh, double alt. Oh, that's your alt? I didn't realize that was you. I'm pretty sure those widgets show their own point system. Yeah, there isn't a channel point extension like that. I don't know. I don't see that as possible. Anyway, Wasabi Dev, have you seen the meme of the day? Don't look at this chicken. Ha! You looked at the chicken, didn't you? Anyway, I want to show you something really cool, chat. I want to show you something really cool. Okay? This is a Data Cafe special hardware IRL section. I only have one link for you today, but I have one link for you that is absolutely awesome sauce, okay? This link, what I'm looking at right now, is from the city of Zurich. I'm from Switzerland. I live in Zurich. You cannot see my house from here. Just telling that. I'm just saying it in advance because someone's gonna ask, and you cannot see my house on here. Just so you know. So there's no doxing happening here. And what they've done is they have introduced a 4D map. Garbage. Now you're gonna ask, what's the fourth dimension? And I'm gonna tell you. The fourth dimension is sound. You hear it? Do you hear it, chat? Hey, Maddie, can we see your house on that image? Why don't you ask that with exclamation mark Q in front of it, Finite? Mm-hmm. You know you should say that you can see your house and that people are looking in the wrong place. Do we get the bells? Oh, Exegete. Do we get the bells? So I know where you don't live. Yeah. Why is garbage stuck on here? Did someone stick garbage here? Can someone meme so that it gets away? An error occurred. Please check the dashboard. What's the error?
Show me what you got.
One.
Interesting.
One.
Thank you.
One.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
So yeah, 8 more follows and we will reach the same number of followers that I had on LinkedIn when I did that goal, which no longer applies, but it's fine. I want to get my Twitch followers up to my LinkedIn followers. That would be cool. All right, so I'm ready. Okay. No! More memes. Okay, so you know where I don't live. That's good. This map is a map of Zurich in 3D. Okay. But not only... Yep.
What is this?
Do it live! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
I'm sorry. Good, that's the one.
Why?
It never gets old. It never gets old. Rogmat DDoSing the stream just never gets old, does it? Why would you do this? Never mind, I know why. Soon you'll know all the places I don't live, and like the guided missile, you will know where I live. So, Zurich has created a map of Zurich, a 3D one. But what's really cool is that they've added a fourth dimension, which you can see on this building right here, with these little diamonds, like the Sims diamonds. These diamonds represent sound because they went and recorded sound all over the city. So you can explore how loud it is. This isn't only street noise, by the way. These are bells, you know, clunk clunk. These are all kinds of things. And what's really cool about this, I'm gonna try and find one that has red in it. Hold on. This one would have red in it. Yeah. So what's really cool about this, so this is a very busy road, okay? You can see that like these ones are green, these ones are yellow, these ones are red. These are the different thresholds. Now, if your mind isn't blown yet, here's what's gonna get you. They even have modeling of what would happen if you reduce the speed in that area. So for example, if you go down to 30 kilometers per hour, you see there's no more red here. There's no more red. This entire facade was yellow before and now it's green. And then if you would, for example, say, oh, we're gonna introduce asphalt that's also cushioning, then it gets even better. There's even more green, right? And then, for example, in 2050, when it's only electric vehicles, look at that. It's all green. Or look at this. For example, what's it like in the evening? You can actually do it, what it's like in the evening. You see here, this is from between 10 at night and 6 in the morning. This is really interesting. This part is green here, but at night, this is more noisy, which is really interesting. So, here's what's really cool about this as well. Not only can you do it like that, you can also run this as a simulation in the sense that it shows you all of the data while it's running. So if you scroll along here, if you continue to move, it shows you how it changes over time during the day for a particular date as well. So if I want to know how loud it was on March 8th, 2023, I can actually just go through here and I can see how noisy it was. And this, by the way, this is sunlight that you're seeing here. This coloring, this is sunlight. So this is what the city of Zurich provided. And this is as part of an initiative to reduce noise in the city. Noise that also comes from, for example, church bells, traffic, buses, etc. This is actually insane. And of course, I wanted to share this with you because I think it is super impressive. It's also really interesting because like this is a big train junction. This is where a lot of trains come through. And you can see, for example, this noise here is from this bridge where a lot of traffic goes through. And you can see that as throughout the day, you can actually see the different effects on noise. And you can see that throughout the day, this middle section is getting basically yellow hammered for whatever reason. And yeah, it's just, I think it's so impressive. Like it's so cool. You can do so much stuff. So as usual, the link will be in Patreon. If you're not familiar, I write a stream recap after all of my streams where you can read and get links to all the stuff that happened. For the Data Cafe, like the episode that we're doing today, you'll be able to get all the links to all the articles that we talked about there. For free, by the way. It doesn't cost anything. You can, of course, contribute and become a patron if you want to, but it is free to read the stream recaps.
Garbage.
I have like almost 100. I have almost like 100 stream recaps now. It's kind of nuts. So, the next section of the stream. I'm pretty sure I can snatch the URL from this. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Definitely. So, yeah. We're going to talk about 3 Gen AI articles very quickly before we take another quick break. The first is that there has been a new coding environment for large language models. It is called Spellburst. So when you are doing generative art, it's become a lot of coding, right? Because there's like text to image stuff and they don't know how to translate their particular vision into something that's actually reality, right? And so it's really difficult to kind of figure out how to code these things. And of course, artists in general, right? They don't necessarily have the tech skills required. So basically, traditional artists can use a pencil or a brush, and generative artists are all of these weird like keywords and all this kind of stuff. So basically, Spellburst uses GPT-4 to translate concepts of artistic stuff into code, which is kind of interesting. Now, I haven't seen it in action, but there's a paper and there's a reference article, and apparently it is, apparently it's very good. Apparently it's very good. But yeah, I can't really talk too much about it because I haven't seen it. But yes, there would be, maybe there's a screenshot or something. Large language model powered interactive canvas for generative artists. Here's a screenshot for you. So you can highlight like sections, and those sections you can then adjust with a UI. You can adjust how they are. Yeah, like Copilot for artists. Yeah. And then it turns it into code for the art itself. It's really interesting. It's super interesting. So yeah, I obviously will link it in the stream recap. The second is that Bard has gotten an update, and I'm pretty excited about this one. ChatGPT connecting to stuff is cool, but if you use Google stuff, then it kind of becomes interesting now. It kind of becomes interesting now because if you're a Google person, you can now connect to all of your Google stuff. So you can tell it to like plan a trip around people's availability in your calendar. And I think this is going to be a very, very big game changer, in my opinion, compared to ChatGPT, especially in the free tier, right? You snatched the map link, just not the specking that you had. Yeah, I think it's a very specific link that takes you to that specific thing. But yes, if you're able to get it, absolutely. I mean, I can paste it in chat for you, you know, if you really want the link now. Here it is. There it is. So yeah, very exciting about Bard. I'm going to have to try it out. I haven't connected it yet. I think it would be really cool for a lot of things that I do, like find all my invoices that I've issued in the last, you know, like things that you kind of like, it's an assistant, you know, for your stuff. I think that could be very cool. Patreon costs, I'm not a Patreon. No, it's free, real easy. Can it connect to BigQuery? That I don't know. Bard extensions. Let's see what's supported.
It's hard to make an idea come to life.
It's just a video. Bard extensions. I don't know. Patreon's free, absolutely. Hit the link, go to the Patreon page, and hit become a member. So if you are, oh, I have to do this in Cognito. Join for free, right there. There's the button. Join for free, and you put in your stuff, and you're in. That's it. It's right there on the very top. Join for free. Completely free. Of course, you can choose a membership if you want to, but you don't have to. Yep, and what I was very surprised about, very surprised about, we talked about TikTok earlier. TikTok has introduced a way to label AI-generated content. Now, I don't know why they did this exactly. Maybe they got like some kind of flack, or maybe they realized that they're going to be fined for it at some point, or I don't know. But they've introduced ways to rename, so they're going to rename AI filters, and they require creators to do the same if you use AI stuff in your content. So it's already the case that if you make stuff using AI on TikTok, you actually have to disclose that it is made with AI. And I don't think a lot of creators know this, but a lot of other platforms also have this in their terms and conditions. So be careful what you're doing, because if you don't know that you have to disclose it, you could find your account suddenly wiped. So yeah, I don't know why they're doing this, but yeah, they are doing it. So anyway, it is break time again. Look at that. Shocking. I look forward to seeing you all in 3 minutes, and we will cover the last leg of content about startup and tech news. Lots of database news this week. And then we will talk about Swiss news and Twitch news and a random article about rice. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Go get something to drink, maybe a snack, and check out the bunnies. That's right. If you clip, I will thank you for clipping. A clip, 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 and a clip. Screenshot on a WordPress site. It's a screenshot from an article. Can you link the original article so I can have the title for this chart? Data mistake 1. Always name your data graphs. That is 100% correct. You should always name your charts, because if you don't name your chart... Oh, come on! I didn't hear it because of the music. I didn't hear it because of the music. What is this? That's the one for today. I have a big problem. My parents haven't bought me any more food for me to eat. The cupboards are empty. They don't love me. And yeah, Slashy told me it was a bad idea, but of course I didn't listen to Slashy, because Slashy's only right part of the time. So I was hoping Slashy wouldn't be right this time. All right, so if we do translate none, there it is, it comes out. None, boom, there it is. However, the issue is that the other thing doesn't change.
Sally. Hello. Sally Death.
That's not good. I wonder if there's like any indication what it was. Oh, hello. Well, that'll haunt your dreams for a while, chat. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Hello. Stop clipping the audio cues. Chat, you have to stop clipping the audio cues. Otherwise I need to do different ones every single time. Ooh. Blue. Blue. I promised you to talk about dick pics. You can DM me on Discord if you want. I won't say no. Is literally garbage. Okay? And right now, today, we are looking at T. Drayson, friend of the stream. T. Drayson's personal garbage data. Hello, and welcome back. If you're wondering if we're back, if you're wondering whether clips are still playing, yeehaw! That is your audio cue to let you know that we're back. Hello. Hope you had a good break. Got yourself a drink, maybe some snacks. I had some chocolate. Was delicious. Should we get back to it? What do you think, chat? I'm pretty sure the sound cue was used. Cue? I don't think we've... No. We haven't... No. No. We haven't used that sound cue before. Wow! 9863 in my own stream! Shocking. I am the best drop game player. It's established. So there you go. It's time to talk about tech. It's time to talk about tech, chat. A YouTube clip. A YouTube clip? Let's watch a YouTube clip. What's a YouTube clip? Yeehaw! That is your audio cue to let you know that we're back. What happens to these clips? What happens to these, Rugman? Like, where do they go? Are they like, do they get displayed on your channel or something? Or like, where do they go? You know? Oh, 1 second, chat. Where do they go? Are they like on the channel page or something? Wait, let's take a look. Are there like clips somewhere? Videos. It's not in videos. They go into Silicon Heaven. They grow up and go to Memeversity and then get a job. Because there's shorts and then there's live. Community. I haven't published any community posts. Are they nested in a VOD? That's a good question. They might be. Hi, Cypher Enigma. It's great to have you back. Are they nested in a VOD? Like in here? Are they nested in here somehow? Clip? I don't know. There's like no... I don't know. There's no information about where YouTube clips go. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's no problem. Thank you for clipping, I guess. Don't I have a thing to... What is this? Don't I have a thing to thank someone for clipping? Thank you, clip. Clip, thank you. Clip, thanks. What's the command? I don't remember what the command is. I know I have one to thank someone for clipping.
Garbage.
Go away! I don't care about the error. I want to fill... Clip. Oh! It's not in there anymore. Nope. I must have removed it. For whatever reason. Anyway, chat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, when making the clip in the UI, it almost looks like the clipper has the clip, maybe on their channel or their profile. Oh, that's an interesting point. Is it stuck on Rugmat's channel? Oh wait, where did that go? Oh no, where did it go? I dismissed the thing, wait. Clip from Rugmat. It's so confusing. I don't know. I have to say that Twitch's clip system seems more intuitive. Anyway, Google has launched, speaking of BigQuery, because someone asked earlier if you can link Bard to BigQuery. I do not know, but BigQuery has launched BigQuery Studio, a new way to work with data. BigQuery Studio is a new service within BigQuery that is a fully managed serverless data warehouse that you can use SQL, Python, and Spark in. Oh no, this is not Looker Lite. This is Looker Max Pro. This is supercharged BigQuery. BigQuery Studio is available in preview. New experience that puts people working on data on one side and people working on AI on the other side in a common environment. Thank you for turning off my lights, Cypher Enigma. Designed to enable users to discover, explore, analyze, and predict data. Users can start in a programming notebook to validate and prep, open that notebook in other services like Vertex AI, which we looked at yesterday, Google's managed machine learning platform, to continue their work. So this is a very cool and interesting update, and I probably could try it out, actually. In YouTube, the clips of the guy who made them are in the left menu after the replay. Oh, thank you, Forex. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, speaking of Google and databases, Google has launched a new database. Where do clips go? Is there a list of what I've clipped? I don't think there's a list of what you've clipped, unfortunately. So, this is very interesting. They just launched BigQuery Studio, which of course has implications for, you know, generative AI potentially, or even like AI stuff. But this is really cool. They've launched something called AlloyDB, which is a Postgres database, but it is a Postgres plugin, fork, I'm not sure what to call it, that is specialized for vectors and models. So this is like a specific type of database just for AI applications. And you can run it on Google Cloud, just like the other database types. So it's pretty interesting. So you can build generative AI apps like the one we wanted to yesterday on AlloyDB. You can run vector queries, and this is the point, is that this is like 10 times faster than a traditional database, right? To generate all of these embeddings. And you can use Google models in Vertex AI or your own custom models and access them via familiar SQL queries. So I'm gonna have to take a look at this because this might be the backbone of the thing I was trying to build yesterday. I had this article saved in my notes from a few weeks ago, but this might actually be the backbone of the thing I want to build. And I think I could do it on Google because I don't think we would go over the free tier, potentially. We'll have to see about costs, right? I don't want to make something that costs like a crazy amount of money. So yeah, this is vector query support. Now, I haven't worked with vector databases. I don't know, chat, has any of you worked with a vector database until now? Because it's a topic for me to research, and I haven't had time to research it yet. But I feel like it's something that would be worth looking into, I think, because vector databases have some intricate design changes to them that allow them to be really performant for Gen AI applications. And I want to understand the differences. I want to see what the difference is between a vector DB and a non-vector DB, right? But yes, because they talk about like something like 8-bit quantization, and I don't know what that means. So, yeah. So it's interesting. I want to see what it does, basically. Anyway, speaking of Postgres and AlloyDB, Postgres has released a new version. This was, when was this? September 14th. This was last week. So Postgres 16 has dropped. This is a major version. Now, of course, I am a big fan of Postgres. I think it's probably one of the better SQL flavors. And this is a major version, and it includes some really cool stuff. So, what does it include? Blah, 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 blah. Postgres at its core is a relational database technology. Recent years as a base for analytical database technologies such as Google's AlloyDB, right? We just talked about that. You see the segues, right? You can see how I'm transitioning between the stuff. So, Postgres 16, bulk loading, querying of data, concurrency improvements, and more options for supporting parallel queries. This release also expands Postgres support for the SQL JSON standard and includes more abilities to run logical replication at a very large scale. So, let's not talk about replication and monitoring or database administration. Let's talk about the AI workloads part. So, Postgres contains frameworks for building custom data types, indexing methods, and table storage methods. And with enhancements to bulk loading, it'll be even easier to use Postgres with AI/ML. Because they have an extension called pgvector. And from my understanding, this is kind of what Google has done with AlloyDB, is they basically use the pgvector extension to extend their AlloyDB. But I don't really know if that's true. I don't know enough about it. The best improvement for Google is that Snowflake can now group all. Yes, I'm waiting for that to happen in Postgres. I don't think that's happening yet. I know it's in, I think there's a couple things like in there, like select exclude and stuff like that. But what's really cool is that there are other databases that support that. Most notably, let's talk about Databricks first. Speaking of Snowflake, Snowflake's top client has just invested 500, well, I don't think they did the whole thing. They have bumped in quite a bit of money into Databricks' most recent raise of 500 million, which puts them at a valuation of 43 billion. And I don't really know about you, chat, but I don't believe valuations. I don't really, anyway. Two new investors are very notable. NVIDIA, yes, the graphics card company, or chip company, I should say, and Capital One Ventures. And it's very interesting because Capital One is a top client of Databricks' main competitor, Snowflake. Valuations are snake oil, Exhibit A, Twitter. Exactly. So this is a really, really interesting point. Snowflake's #1 customer has decided to invest a significant amount of money into Snowflake's rival. They're basically betting on one of them winning, kind of thing, right? They're paying one of them as being a client, they're paying one of them as an investor. Anyway, I can't tell you enough. I can't tell you about exactly what the Databricks, what this means for them or anything like that. I've never used the platform. It is a massive platform. Databricks is really like a huge platform, just like Snowflake. I've used Snowflake before. I've never used Databricks. I think, as with any tool, I think they're all the same in the end. It comes down to your requirements. It comes down to what do you need, and, you know, take your decision based on that. I don't think you should really take your decision based on VentureBeat articles. With how expensive Snowflake is, they may have invested the same amount in Snowflake monthly. Or until now in billing, yes. So we were talking about Postgres and, you know, PG vector support and stuff, and how, you know, Forex likes that Snowflake does group all. I am a big fan of DuckDB. And I'm a big fan of DuckDB, and I'm very, very happy that I was reading that MotherDuck, which is the serverless hosted version of DuckDB, which we also used on a stream a couple weeks ago, have now gotten 100 million investment. Databricks is not competition for Snowflake, it solves something else. I would probably agree with you because I think it's a bit of a bigger platform that has different use cases behind it. I can see how you can do some of the things on both, but maybe calling them competition isn't right. Yeah. Anyway, Anyway, about DuckDB. So I'm really happy about this because MotherDuck is now out of open beta. So if you want to try MotherDuck, I had to send people invite codes a few months ago in order to try it. But now it is open, so you can try it out for yourself. And I think you won't be disappointed because it is blazing fast, to use that term. It is actually blazing fast. It is incredibly fast. Wow, what kind of background is this? Very sexy, very nice. So this is an article about what they are doing with their investment and all that kind of stuff. They have like a sort of modern duck stack, which is they use the sort of duck analogy a lot, which is very funny. What makes MotherDuck different? So here's the thing. DuckDB is faster.
Wow.
It is. There's a lot of material on it and a lot of people showing things, but ultimately it's faster. And I feel that it's faster. And just using it for basic stuff, it was faster than pretty much anything I've ever used, which is cool. I don't really care about speed so much, but there are certainly people that do care about speed. And so basically what they're doing with this money is they're going to use it to grow the team. They are going to obviously work on their product a lot. DuckDB is faster for what, or compared to what?
Garbage.
So it's faster. It's faster in compute, effectively, for querying. We believe that basing our service on DuckDB can make analytics faster, cheaper, and more user-friendly than distributed architectures. We also believe there is a huge unutilized compute capacity in our laptops we use every day. We have learned from data engineers and analysts that they want a workflow which intelligently uses this local compute in concert with the cloud. So basically, they have a hybrid query execution. So it doesn't only run in their cloud, but also in the client that connects to MotherDuck. What do you count as serverless? Well, that's a loaded question. So this is a hybrid query execution, effectively, and that's why it is so fast. Because my computer plus the cloud together, effectively. What do I count as serverless? If I don't need to set it up myself. So if I refer to a database as serverless, for me, it means that I don't need to set up the database. It is available to me in a kind of SaaS-like model. I can spin up a service with that database in it, or I can spin up that database itself, just the database, and access it with SQL. Basically, the software can run on its own without me needing to initialize it or set it up. And it can run independently of my computer. The irony of the word serverless, it is still running on a server, just not mine. It's just not mine, right? It still needs to run somewhere. Like, it can't not run. That's, I think, a bit misleading with the term. For me anyway, yeah. But I see, though, because we had this discussion at the office. What was the outcome of the discussion that you had at the office? I'm curious. Because I could see how you could arrive at a different conclusion as well, and I'm curious whether you arrived at the same conclusion that I have in my head. I mean, I'm by no means an expert in this, right? I'm just a guy who likes doing data stuff. But from my understanding, serverless means I don't run it. But anyway, in the meantime, I want you to know Google Domains has now stopped selling new domains. So we already knew that Google announced that they're going to shut down Google Domains this year after nearly 10 years, and they sold it to Squarespace for whatever reason. I don't really know why. And now Google has actually officially stopped selling new domains as well on Google Domains. Serverless to me is any service where you pay for usage. If you're not actively using it, it's not charging you for it. Yeah, that makes sense. Serverless is one of the terms that basically used to attract public since it either way uses a server, so how is it serverless? I think it's referring to your server, yeah. Anyway, this is not as interesting as the as the news I want to show you next. But it's going to be a video. So I'm going to make the screen bigger, and for those of you watching in vertical, it will be a little bit more awkward for you to watch. And I will also disable the chroma key, because otherwise the video is going to look really weird. So we're going to watch a video about something that I am very skeptical about and very concerned about, actually, having read a lot of information about it this past week or so, because it really hit the news, and I work in health tech, so it's kind of related to the field that I'm working in. And that is the news about Neuralink. So I don't know if you're familiar with this, but Neuralink is... Sorry, I wanted to mute the music. Neuralink is Elon Musk's medical technology company that wants to do a lot of things, wants to solve a lot of problems for people using an implant, a brain implant. And we have lots of implants already as a society. Like, we've developed implants before. But Musk wants to use Neuralink to do some pretty crazy stuff. So this video is only 1:46, but we'll watch it through and then we'll talk about it.
Elon Musk's brain chip startup Neuralink says it has received approval to begin recruiting patients for its first human trial. An independent review board has given the green light for the company to seek people with paralysis to test its experimental device in a 6-year study. The study will use a robot to surgically place a brain-computer interface, or BCI, implant in a region of the brain that controls the intention to move. Neuralink says the initial goal is to enable people to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. Musk has grand ambitions for this medical device company, saying it would facilitate speedy surgical insertions of its chip devices to treat conditions like obesity, autism, depression, and schizophrenia.
The first two applications we're going to aim for in humans are restoring vision, and I think this is like notable in that even if someone has never had vision ever, like they were born blind, we believe we can still restore vision. And then the other application being in the motor cortex, where we would initially enable someone who has almost no ability to operate their muscles and enable them to operate their phone faster than someone who has working hands.
In May, the company said it had received clearance from the US Food and Drug Administration for its first in-human clinical trial. Its previous testing in animals is under federal scrutiny for potential animal welfare violations.
So, chat, there's quite a lot to unpack there, but there's a couple things that stand out. First of all, they're saying, first of all, Musk is saying later that they're targeting two main things, vision and motor control. But here, they're talking about aspirations for this device being obesity, autism, depression, schizophrenia. These are really big problems. These aren't problems that, I don't think anyway, these aren't problems that we can just tackle with a chip in our head. Like, I don't think you can just turn off the problem. That seems a bit weird. But Musk is saying it's notable that if someone has never had vision before, that Neuralink is going to allow them to see. And that's the other thing is, like, for someone who doesn't have any ability to operate their muscle, it would allow them to operate their muscles. Now, I don't know enough about this technology, chat, to tell you whether it's going to work or not. The one question I really have, honestly, is how do you charge it? How do you charge it? Because there's two things that stand out. This and this. It is flush with your skull, thus invisible, but it has all-day battery life. So it needs to be charged, but there's no charging port. Do you have a port in your head? Like, do you just have a USB-C port in your head? And is it USB-C or is it Thunderbolt 4? Or like, what standard is it? And what's to prevent someone knocking you out and then sticking a data thing in there and then hacking your Neuralink? You know, like, I don't... I struggle with this. I struggle with this a lot. They also talk about
Another powerful reason for insisting on Intel Inside.
They also talk about wireless, so there's like a receiver or something. There's a receiver of some kind for you to transmit data to. Chat, let's be honest. if it was anybody else doing this, we would probably be less skeptical, right? If it was like an established medical device company, like if it was Roche, like a medical company, sorry, not medical device necessarily. A medical device would make most sense, but any other company, we would probably have some level of respect for it. But the way that Musk has been going about his projects across all the companies that he manages, especially Twitter, or, you know, Boring Company and stuff, I think it's very concerning. I think it's very concerning. And I guess at the end is, would you put one of these things in your skull if you couldn't see? What price would you be willing to pay, chat? And yes, Forex, you are correct. There are applications that have been allowing people to see 128 by 128 pixels. Not full vision, but partial vision restoration. And hearing loss. Yes, and the power supply is wireless. So they hold it up to their head to charge it with the wireless hearing ones. That sounds interesting. Wait, so your bed has a charger in it? Oh no, you take it out to charge it. Or is it implanted? No, it would have to be an implant, right? Magnet and wireless. Oh, magnet! Oh! Yeah, magnets. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool, so this will have like a magnet charger. So you go to bed at night, you're like, good night, sweetie. Clunk. Oh, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm not so keen on this, chat. If there's not a battery, are you the battery? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? If you were the battery. Also, we're playing the chicken game again. How many of you looked at the chicken? Haha! You looked at the chicken, didn't you? Game over. Sorry, I find this very amusing, chat. Anyway, it's time to cover the Swiss news. There are 3 sections at the end. Ooh, an XKCD. Hello. An XKCD comic. You just won the game. It's okay, you're free. Thanks, Rugmat. But if you just looked at the chicken again, you lost. Anyway, so life and... Excuse me? Where's... Huh? Where's the article? Did the article get deleted? Oh, it was this one. I have that hash memorized. I must highly recommend the film Sound of Metal. Sound of Metal. 2019. Heavy metal drummer's life is turned upside down when he begins to lose his hearing. Ooh, okay. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm gonna keep that open. Hash, it's a number sign. No. It's a hash. No. No, don't fight me on this, Rugmat. It's not a number sign. If you're on the phone, pound. Hash. It's called a hashtag. For a reason. Anyway, the Swiss news I wanted to share with you. We have 3 articles left. The Swiss news article, a Twitch highlight article about Twitch, and a random pick. Okay? There's always a random article about something. And it's about rice. I will tell you about that. Anyway, the news about Switzerland. 9 million in Switzerland, not quite yet. Switzerland has reportedly hit a historic population milestone. 9 million people in our country. How accurate is this figure? And where does it come from? And what does it mean? Where's my stream elements? I think stream elements might have died on that one. Stream elements is very slow today. Weird. They broke something. That one doesn't work anymore. Interesting. On Wednesday, the media reported a milestone, 9 million residents in Switzerland. But upon closer inspection, this number tells a more complex story. Thanks, Rugman. So here's the Swiss population. And this is what's really interesting about this. We have 8.9 million permanent residents and 100,000 non-permanent resident. And now you're probably asking yourself, what is a non-permanent residence? Well, we're going to get to that. We have 82,000 live births, 74,000. Was this year? 4 million private households, 85-year life expectancy for females, 81 year for males. That's because we do stupid stuff. 190,000 people immigrate to Switzerland and 122,000 emigrate. 9 million people are currently recorded as living in the country. In a European comparison, the Netherlands, which has a landmass slightly smaller than that of Switzerland, has a current population of 17.9 million. Austria, however, is twice the geographic size of Switzerland, but has a population of only 9.1. So Taiwan is roughly the same size as Switzerland, but has a population of over 23 million. That is very interesting. I've always wondered which countries have the same size as Switzerland, roughly. Now we know. Netherlands is basically the same size. Wow. Crazy density. So, foreign residents, we obviously account for that. Some people coming from outside. Does wealth make a difference? Can we cope with 9 million people? This is a big question at the moment. Real estate experts have stated Switzerland is unprepared for a population that is growing faster than the official statistics predict. This year it could increase by a record of 148,000 rather than the 70,000 that is seen by authorities. So by 2026, there's likely to be a shortage of 51,000 homes, which is a lot, but 51,000 is also relatively low compared to the population, I guess? I don't know. If you don't know, basically half of the country is renting, by the way. Others say the size of Switzerland is not a problem. Sibyl Welty, spatial development researcher at ETH, goes as far to say that 16 million people could live in Switzerland. As an American, population density is such a weird concept. I can't imagine Taiwan's density. It doesn't compute. It's very hard to imagine that kind of density. I mean, when I was in Japan, it's really just... It's very, very, very strong contrast. Also, by the way, I actually know this person. Sibyl Welty. I actually know this person. We've been in touch a couple months ago. She is basically working on something called 10-minute neighborhoods. So if any of you are familiar with the startup I used to have, you'll notice the, let's say, the similarity in philosophy around getting everything you need from your neighborhood rather than sending people out into the yonder to get things that they could get from nearby. Never ask the Swiss where they got the gold that is in the banks and the art that the Germans stole, and then if they gave it back to the original owners when they wanted it back. So yeah, I did have a food tech startup, and yeah, this 10-minute neighborhood idea is really interesting. Everything you need in everyday life must be reachable within a 10-minute walk. Bakery, supermarket, hairdresser, train station, cafe, restaurants, park, kindergartens, and ideally work as well. This kind of model is basically the solution for a growing population. Decentralization. It's the logical conclusion, right? Anyway, so yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Hi, Royal Easy. Thank you for also being on YouTube. I appreciate it. How are we on YouTube at the moment? Excellent. Good. We have 1 viewer. Okay, that's also fine. It's 25 minutes to walk out of my neighborhood and another 20 minutes to a store with milk. 45 minutes? That's nuts. So yes. That is kind of nuts. Anyway, the Twitch news for this week is short and sweet. The Twitch news for this week is short and sweet. There is a new global emote, Flawless Victory. It is to celebrate the arrival of Mortal Kombat something. 11? I don't know what edition of Mortal Kombat. 11? 1? Mortal Kombat 1? I don't know what they're calling it. Anyway, everyone should drop Flawless Victory into the pool in recognition of Mortal Kombat. Honestly, I think Mortal Kombat's a pretty cool game. I've always fairly enjoyed it. It is pretty gruesome, but it's a good game, you know. Exegete. That's a very promising pool right there. Oh, that looks very positive. Ooh, 82. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Who else wants to try? Is everyone trying? 4x? You could land. Or Easy might land. Yeah, good land. Ooh, just missed it, 4x. It's so fun trying to land in the pool. Is someone dehancing me? You're dehancing me. Anyway, so yeah, that's about the global emote, chat. That's about the global emote. So now is the final article of the week. Dehance is cheaper than ending the stream. It is, you're right, it is. Can anyone guess what this one's gonna be about? I'm curious. I gave you a hint earlier. French rail strikers. Twitch. No, it's a random article. It's completely random. It's about rice. It's not about the pee-pee bottle. It's not about Excel.
What is this? It's Microsoft Excel.
No, it's not about Excel. Rice. Yeah. Good job, Rockman. Do you need to wash rice before cooking? Do you need to wash rice before cooking? Yes. The answer is yes, but probably not why you think so. Tell me, chat, why do we need to wash rice before cooking? If you do need to wash it, if you think that you do need to wash it, I am curious to hear your reasoning, because this article was very interesting. Excess starch. Have you read about how rice cookers turn themselves off with no electronics? Starch. Wash it to help it not stick together. Well, I'm about to blow your collective minds, chat, because it has nothing to do with the starch. Culinary experts claim that pre-washing rice reduces the amount of starch coming from the rice grains. You can see this in the cloudy rinse water, which studies have shown to be the free starch, amylose, on the surface of the rice grain. Blah, blah, blah. There is a study done recently comparing the effect of washing rice on the stickiness and hardness of 3 different rice grains from the same supplier. So glutinous rice, medium grain rice, and jasmine rice. They were either not washed at all, washed 3 times, or washed 10 times. And guess what? The washing process had no effect on the stickiness or hardness of the rice. So it is not about the stickiness. Rinsing the rice can avoid the risk of poisoning by Bacillus cereus, which can be present in rice in the form of spores. These bacteria are resistant to cooking and can multiply if rice is stored at room temperature. The reason... So, what's interesting about the stickiness is the variety of the rice is more deterministic for the stickiness. So glutinous rice was stickiest, medium grain and jasmine were less sticky and less harder. The reason you would want to wash your rice is because of bacteria. Yes, about cleanliness. So traditionally, it's to rinse off dust, insects, little stones, and bits of husk that have been left over from the rice hulling process. This may still be important for some regions of the world where the processing is not as meticulous, and it provides peace of mind for others. But more recently, the heavy use of plastics in the food supply chain, microplastics have been found in our foods, including rice. So the washing process has been shown to reduce 20% of microplastics from uncooked rice. So the same study that did the washing of the stickiness also looked at the packaging, and they saw that no matter what the packaging is, you have the same level of microplastic. However, if you buy pre-cooked rice, the plastics have been found to be 4-fold higher. Yeah, so the other 80% you're still going to basically eat the rest of the microplastics. So yes, arsenic, washing the rice shows it removes about 90% of the arsenic. But here's the thing. It also removes a lot of the nutrients like copper, iron, zinc, vanadium, all these kind of stuff. So if you eat a lot of rice and you wash it a lot and you don't get your nutrients from somewhere else, you're actually, getting rid of a lot. So about bacteria. In short, washing the rice will have no effect on the bacterial content. For bacteria, it's more about cooking the rice properly. What's more concerning is that you should not store cooked or washed rice at room temperature for a very long time. Like for 2 or 3 hours. It activates these bacterial spores, which is what Forex was talking about earlier in chat. So yeah, that is a big no-no. That's a big no-no. And Bacillus cereus is a pretty serious thing. Just to give you an idea, this can give you really bad vomiting and diarrhea. And anyone can get sick, but people who are vulnerable can get very, very sick from it. So if you have immunocompromised people or children, elderly, etc. Now, the question is, my roommates typically leave the rice in the rice cooker overnight. Ooh, okay. Does that stay warm though? You may have just been very lucky, Rugman. No washing rice around here, just cooked and eaten. How many of you wash your rice before eating it? I typically do not wash my rice before eating it. I do believe that the rice that we get here in Switzerland has a pretty high standard, and I do not think that washing it is necessary, to be honest with you. But I was curious about what you think, chat, whether you wash. It's your first time hearing about washing rice. So Rugmat, it doesn't keep the rice warm in the rice cooker, but maybe it's like a pressurized environment, so the bacteria can't spread as well. I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't do that. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but I don't think, you know. The same applies to pasta. There have been cases of people poisoning themselves with days-old pasta, mostly in the US. It does go bad on really warm days. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, like there's no question. I really don't think you should do it. I don't think it's good at all to do that. Yeah, I don't think that's good at all. Here we are on Twitch talking about washing rice. Absolutely incredible. Then we make sure to refrigerate it, or else we have to throw it out. Yeah. Do you make a lot of rice, chat? Beans are usually left overnight, I've seen. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So we eat a fair amount of rice. Actually, we had rice today. But I don't really wash the rice beforehand. The problem is, as long as the temperature is between 25 and 44, as long as you keep the temperature higher all the time, it's okay. I guess in the rice cooker it does stay very warm. I would say. I guess it stays pretty warm. Yeah. Sounds like it stays pretty warm. Yeah. Anyway, chat. I think it's time. We actually managed to get through everything, and it's only midnight, which is pretty cool. So I'm very happy with the result. I'm very all the YouTube people could still hear the rest of my chats, you know? Very well timed. Double disconnect. Well, if you want me to end the stream, I will end the stream. It's no problem. We're gonna go raid someone. But let's wrap up. let's wrap up then. Rugmat, why is your floor so dirty, by the way? My mic stops in YouTube too. Really? Interesting. Oh, that's fascinating. That's very good to know. Thank you for telling me, Roy Leezy. Exegete and White Panther, thank you very much for subbing. Although White Panther was a gift sub, so whoever gifted that, thank you so much. Thank you, Ian, for throwing bits around today. And Wasabi, thank you very much for the follow today. The joke was not worth it. The joke was not worth it. I'm very sorry that you feel it was not worth 5,000 channel points. But anyway, because it's in the basement in the storage room and it's just concrete. Fair enough. Fair enough. We are going to raid a streamer that probably none of you know. I don't think. But that's fine. So stick around for the raid. If you can, show your support. We're going to raid Fierce Kittens, who is doing some Godot, which looks very interesting. Looks very, very interesting. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, that's like, we would love to buy 25 kilo bags of rice, but we don't have the space to store 25 kilos of rice. So I wish all of you a lovely weekend, a good time zone. I hope you all have a great time with family, friends, loved ones, whoever, by yourself, doesn't matter. And we will see each other on Monday. I'm going to be writing a uses page for my website. Putting all my gear onto a uses page, all of my software, all my stuff that I use. I will happily take backseat suggestions. Not in SQL, no. On my actual website. Follow me everywhere, but definitely go join Patreon for free. Then you get the updates, not in Rust. HTML and CSS. Pure. And maybe we'll have something else on Monday. I don't know. It depends on how the weekend goes. Bye-bye and take care, everyone. And thank you.